Hello and welcome back to Vermont. We're on the Disc Golf Pro Tour with JomezPro at Discraft's Green Mountain Championship presented by Grip Equipment. Big Sexy Commentary here with you, just floating over the lake.
Oh, man.
Nate Sexton and Jeremy Koling.
It really just doesn't get more beautiful than Vermont in September. I mean, it's just one of the best places to be. The temperature is just a brisk fall temperature. It just smells like Mother Nature out here. And we see some good scores in the front nine. Gregg Barsby and McBeth 4 under, Austin Hannum 3 under. Marwede able to get enough birdies to get rid of those red numbers, and he's at 1 under par.
So we see our leaderboard through 9. Zach Melton and Nicola Castro lead the way at 6 under.
And a ton of other players also in that nice 4 or 5 under range, and that's really where you want to be on this front nine.
Our first hole on the back nine, the newly lengthened 10th. Par 3, 470 downhill. A beautiful hole, but so tough to keep the disc straight for 470 feet down a hill without it figuring out what's going on and trying to hyzer out on you. You're going to see backhand mid-ranges from the power players, fairway drivers from players trying to be a little bit more smooth with it.
Really just a buzz. Okay.
That's all he needs. A little straight shot.
And with the ceiling as low as it is, that is just...
But look at it just drift and drift and drift. Yeah. So hard to get the disc to go straight.
And even a buzz, a straight mid-range, just couldn't really hang on to that flat, straight angle. And this was what I wanted to see. I know Marwede has a powerful forehand, and he's got good angle control.
I like this a lot.
Looking nice.
Almost. Start that out down the right side, and it might be something.
Mm-hmm. That was definitely close to the angle he wanted.
Oh, no.
And that is disastrous for Gregg. That is kicked way right. And I would be willing to say there's just no way he's going to be able to save far from there.
Austin drifting out left as well. Just at the edge of circle 2. Okay, Gregg's got a driver in his hand. Still some hope here.
He didn't kick as far as I thought he did, and look at this.
This is a beauty.
Yeah, wow. I spoke too soon. That's going to be an inside the circle, or maybe just barely outside the circle, but either way, he's got it certainly within range of saving that par.
Fantastic shot.
Marwede giving that a healthy bid from about 100 feet.
A vivacious bid.
Oh, certainly. McBeth's got the hungry eyes, and man, that was looking nice. It might have caught a crab apple on its way up to the basket.
They're stacking them up over there on that back right.
And Barsby hopes to stack this one up inside the basket.
Start a new stack.
No, he's pretty far outside the circle, actually, but doesn't
this
matter,
guy's
dude.
A beast. What a save.
Oh.
A couple Barsbarians screaming out.
Oh, yeah, they're out here in full force. Well, I don't know where they are, but
they're in the woods.
They're there in spirit.
They're in the woods, and they're yelling for them.
A slightly modest gallery, but first round on a Thursday. They'll be here this weekend.
Also, this is the noon tee time, so there's still groups all over the course at this point.
Mm-hmm. All pars on this one. A difficult hole to be birdied. 18% of the field getting it, but really it averages right at par at 2.99. Not that many bogeys, just barely more birdies than bogeys.
Mm-hmm. Hole 11, par 4, downhill at 615. It's another similar style to some of the other par 4s on this property where it's in that 600-foot neighborhood and the fairway is sort of right at the halfway point, does a little jog that doesn't really let you navigate it in one shot without something really special. So while this distance would be achievable, with a perfect shot down a hill, it's just really hard to play it through. We're going to see Paul try to make it happen, but this is getting pretty far off the fairway. It looks like it flew for a long time, which that's a positive thing.
Well, unless it flew where it went, I don't think that's fair. I mean, it's positive that it didn't go backwards.
I tend to prefer just keep going forward. Once I'm already in the woods, just keep going.
And this is an interesting play to see here from Andrew as he executes it nicely. I would have imagined that he would probably throw some sort of sawed-off, like, inside flip-up sidearm, but he actually goes back like this, kind of. This is a nice play from Gregg, but
catches something, kicks to the middle.
And that little clump of trees is the number one reason why it's so difficult to throw a sidearm effectively on this hole.
And Austin hangs this out perhaps a bit too much. Well, it's sneaking through the back. Oh, almost. But that's still going to be a good spot, I feel.
Yeah. And really, no matter where you land, unless you somehow miss that corner completely and fly all the way down the hill, it really sets up for a tricky approach just because there's so many trees right there at the edge of the green.
And Gregg slides up there to another Gregg range putt.
Yeah, he's all over it today, so.
He's been hitting from there. Paul's got the basket sighted. Going roller.
Wow. And doesn't hit anything.
That's going to be fun.
Besides a lot of rocks and roots and
maybe a tree.
But he's out of the darkness.
Oh, this could be good. Get through. Oh, so close.
It's a pleasure to watch Andrew play today. He's a player that's similar build and height to myself at 6'6", I believe. A former basketball player like myself, and he also throws a lot of flip-up forehand. So it's kind of seeing like a younger mirror of myself. Maybe slightly better looking.
Well, you weren't too bad when you were young.
Oh, when I was younger, I was a handsome devil.
Yeah.
Paul with a good approach there with the zone. Be a good par for McBeth after that really bad kick off to the left off the tee shot.
Ooh, gets a little piece from way downtown. And Andrew with a nice bid.
Oh, I thought that was in.
So did I.
It looked so good.
Gregg may also have thought so.
Yeah, with that nose down, it really rapidly declines or descends.
Mm-hmm.
And so, whoop, one more time. There you go. Sometimes it looks like it's going dead center in just the last second.
Yeah.
Just gravity. Once again, 100%.
Undefeated.
Undefeated.
Pars for the whole group on 11, on to 12, going down the hill at 430 feet. This is a reachable par 3, even with a mid-ranger putter, I think, thanks to the downhill nature of the fairway. You want to throw pretty straight and just have that gentle fade late. You can't really see the green. You can see the right side of the opening, and you just need to duck it inside that tree. Keeping in mind, though, there's a pretty big slope just behind the pin that actually goes down to a creek. I don't know if that plays in or out of bounds if you were to get that far.
I haven't seen anyone ever get there before.
I've seen people on the downslope, so it's definitely possible if you put a little bit too much behind it. Paul looks to have controlled the speed pretty well here, though.
Jeez, I mean...
That's still scooting a little long on him, but a fantastic shot.
So easy. I mean, when you only see the shot just going down the middle of the fairway, it's fun.
Andrew just barely flips this. It's still fighting forward, though.
Yeah, that'll be a good look. I mean, it's not the closest, maybe 45 feet, maybe just a little bit further, but...
It's the second closest.
So far, it is the second closest.
It's certainly not the closest, but it is the second closest.
Barsby doing a good job hanging this out wide and letting that late driver break down and a good kick and
that's
roll.
First closest.
Yeah, that is the current CTP.
Let's see it one more time.
I really like the shot shape of that one. And when I realized that I forgot to bring my Eagle to this event, I thought of this one hole as a great place for that disc. And I was kind of upset at myself.
Austin, first closest on his mind here.
But he needs a drift.
He's going to take.
Last closest.
That's fourth closest, I fear. Well, he's in the hunt. He's in the hunt for third closest, and he has taken it.
But Marwede,
Andrew.
So I think if Austin doesn't make his putt,
Let's see this again. Big time putt. And look at this. Nate Sexton Firefly doing its thing.
oh, is that a Sexton Firefly?
That is a Nate Sexton Firefly.
Oof.
Glad Andrew's enjoying them.
Oof. I think if Austin doesn't make this putt, then Andrew goes back to third closest. Nope.
Whoa.
Nope. Austin solidifying the third closest with that big putt.
He's tied for first closest in 2. Great birdies. Wow. Huge putts from these guys.
McBeth, the former first closest drive winner.
And
He's
makes
also
good. It's looking like star frame time.
Jeez Louise, this is a beautiful hole to star frame. Barsby's just got a short tap in left. So their distance all varied off the tee, but they all came out to the same distance after the second shot.
That is a great star frame.
Yeah,
$25 to charity. Great job, guys. Hole 13, par 4, 555. This one curves hard right with the gravel road. Backhand turnover or forehand driver. Good plays here as you want to just push almost all the way up to that short tee and then start to break down towards the bridge. If you can keep it in the middle, you're left with just a tunnel shot into the green. If you're not in the middle, you might be in trouble because it's pretty hard to get as deep into this tunnel as you'd like to from a less than ideal angle.
Yeah, just a normal overstable driver sidearm here doesn't do the trick. You want something that stays straight and pushes that left side.
Uh-oh.
And McBeth has pushed it a little bit too far left side.
Andrew up next, flipping something up pretty nice here, but maybe too much. Whoa, buddy, that just cruised into the woods.
I was really looking forward to seeing what he might take as his line in this one. Also, Barsby, one of the more consistent and impressive and accurate and long sidearm players in really the history of the sport.
Mm-hmm.
Austin also has a huge sidearm as a weapon in his arsenal. This is looking really good.
And, Jerm, I know I'm not
Oh.
perfect.
Jeez Louise, that's huge, but that's going to be a tough second.
That is big. I know I'm not perfect. I never will be.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to make a simple request to you and the rest of our viewers.
Okay.
Let's start calling it forehand. Forehand and backhand makes sense. Let's get this sidearm garbage out of our vernacular.
I won't.
Dang it.
I like calling it side hand, chicken finger, am style. I like calling it
What a shot. Gregg off the pole.
wow. That was none of the things that I was just saying. That was beautiful.
He threw a front arm there, and he got all the way to the basket.
He threw a chicken digit. Oh, they call them two fingies and fingy pops down there in Alabama.
I don't sign off on any of it, and I know I will make the mistake plenty of times, but just know I'm trying.
In the comments, list some of the other forehand.
Ooh, almost gets through.
Let's get a little thesaurus going in the comment section.
Oh, it's another one of those 125-foot jumpers that hits the pole. Not even close. I know what he's saying, though. He wants to make a really amazing save. He's definitely capable of it. Just didn't quite get the height.
Barsby, I'm still impressed by that approach. That was incredible. Under the basket. Austin Hannum just a bit low. I thought he had that thing lined up.
Hole 14, uphill par 3, just 260 feet. One of the easiest on the course, as you've got two options. Straight shot through the narrow gap or hyzer shot through the wider gap. A little bit of a drop off on the left side, so if you come in with that hyzer and you really skip big, you might be in trouble. But you just got to get the correct weight on this shot. Try to avoid a couple trees, and you're going to be up there, buddy.
He has gone with this eagle so many times this round.
Can you blame him?
No, I can't. He's really good at that disc.
He really is.
Good with that disc.
And P. McBeth. One tree to beat. Shouldn't really cause him much trouble, though. He's still going to be inside the circle. He's just angrier now. Whoa.
All right. Andrew's going to be dealing with quite a bit on this return back to the basket, which he just sailed past.
You don't see that very often.
No, you don't. It's being 260 feet and uphill, he might have been a little bit caught off, I don't know, just thrown off by the distance, but and the adjustment of how much more he needed to put on that. But he sailed that thing 310 feet.
Nice effort coming back.
I was a bit surprised looking at stats to see how much easier this hole was than any other hole in the course. I mean, I kind of think of hole 1 as the easiest hole just because it's the widest open, and it's really just a straight shot, not that tricky.
Also put 3 in that conversation. They're very similar to me.
But those are both averaging right around the 2.6. This one's low 2.43.
Wow.
And it's more technical than these other 2 holes, but
shorter.
Being that it's a lot shorter, I guess it's just not really challenging the players the same way.
And maybe there's something to the fact that it comes, 14th. The
Yeah.
other 2 right out of the gate. You're still kind of finding your way. First round of the tournament. And now everybody's, just in work mode at this point.
I agree with that. If the holes were switched, perhaps if this were the first hole and hole 1 were the 14th, maybe the scoring average would be reversed.
Hole 15, par 3, 360. This is an island green. It's really an island fairway. Everything inside these rock walls is inbounds. Up to the right, it's inbounds forever. But if you don't make it in, you've got to go to a drop zone. And somewhat surprisingly, this hole's been elevated and lengthened. It was already one of the hardest on the course, and now it's just that little bit harder with the tough putt and way around the corner.
I don't think it makes it a little bit harder. I think it makes it a lot of bit harder. This hole was already such a challenging, rewarding bonus birdie.
And Gregg appeared to have hit the fairway, but
A little bit stronger.
But I mean, now if you're throwing to where the basket used to be, you've got a just inside the circle putt, right about 30 feet, to an elevated basket that's close to the out of bounds rock wall. I mean, it's just like, man, I don't know what exactly made them think they had to make it so much more difficult, but it's still birdieable. A great shot still gets you to the green.
Uh-oh. Wow, that's fortunate.
Oh, and it's still moving.
Thank you. I didn't deserve it.
That's a possible, certainly a one-stroke swing, maybe more. As he would have, if he hits any of those trees, he's going straight to the drop zone.
And it's a fairly difficult drop zone, especially with the basket moving around the corner even more. Drop zone proceeds to the short pad.
Gregg's got a pretty technical shot here. Gets the soft putter hyzer out and around. Beautifully done. Austin with the jump putt approach.
And man, he really got through everything clean there. That is a fortunate break for Austin.
And Paul, wait a minute.
No, don't show me 102 feet. Don't you dare.
Wow.
Are you freaking...
That's a crazy one. From way up above the basket. Elevated basket. Really the only basket without a bounds behind it. Does not matter. It's go time. Full flex. Big S-line putt.
We were hanging out with Jeff Corrins, who's right there in the background now, and after the round, and he never mentioned anything about that. I had no idea that was coming. That's an insane putt.
Wow. And Andrew nearly matches it.
Who in their right mind is running an elevated He's elevated, putting downhill to an elevated basket with OB within 25 feet of the basket from 100 feet. What? He's a psychopath. In the most endearing way. I love the guy. and he's physically and mentally able, and he's sound, but he is a disc golf psychopath. He's a crazy man.
It's working out just fine.
I think it is. Wow. That's incredible. We've got a couple really good rounds building up over here. Barsby at 7 under, McBeth at 7 under. Everyone under par. No red numbers in the back nine. Seeing some good disc golf right now.
Just 3 to go, and they're all gettable, starting with the 16th. This one breaks hard right, 400 feet downhill. This gap that the drone flies is kind of the smaller of the two, I think. If you go a little longer and go into all those dark tree trunks, that's probably the preferable play for a forehand thrower, as you can just kind of go down there, pinball around, and probably have some kind of inside circle or edge of circle putt. But both are available. For me, it's kind of a whole, I endeavor to go to the long route. If I miss my shot, I hope for the best on the inside route. Looks like Paul is taking the inside.
Zone.
He didn't get either. He didn't get inside or outside.
He was really close. He actually, I believe, hit the same exact tree that I hit, which is the tree. If you just get around that one, you're home free.
And Gregg, this might not even swing enough.
Yeah, he's just throwing straight, a little bit too low, a little bit too direct. I really like if you can swing it high with a little bit of flex, which is kind of the way that Austin likes to throw his forehand.
There is OB on that left side, though, if you take a bad kick.
I like the way that he approached that, and look at that.
Wow.
Look at the result. That just, very rarely do you ever see a shot that was never in danger of hitting a tree on this hole, because there's so many of them down there by the green, but that was one right there.
And is this long enough? Yes. Big skip. Wow. Too big.
Way too big. Holy
It didn't
moly.
go right at all. Just got the straight skip, maybe off of a stick or something. A little bit of a weird reaction.
Again?
Good
Oh,
bid.
goodness
Oh, my
gracious.
gosh.
He is hungry. I think that may have been in the running for farthest back-to-back putts, maybe ever had that gone in.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen a 100-footer backed up with a 90-footer.
Yeah.
But that was almost it. Oh,
Yes.
yeah. Look at that firefly fly.
Huge putt. Let's see that one more time. Jump putt, spinning it around the
And it
tree.
looked like he was obstructed with that big tree. He couldn't even really see if he was just standing straight up. That was an incredible putt from Andrew. Beautiful birdie. What does this green remind you of? What other course?
Maybe a little bit of Milo MacGyver.
Maybe a little bit of Milo MacGyver. That's exactly what I was thinking. It's just so beautiful. The way that the sun comes through these trees, and it's just green everywhere, and the mulch spread out on the green. It's immaculate.
Great birdie from Austin. Hole 17, our last par 4 of the day, 530 feet following the gravel road. This one, as a right-handed player, you're going to want to go with a low power shot, maybe even distance driver or fast fairway. You're looking for that big skip, just short of this little island of trees, breaking left, taking one big jump. If you can execute that, your work is basically done. You're virtually jump putting up to the basket for an easy birdie. If you don't execute that shot, though, this hole can get very difficult. If you find yourself off the fairway, scrambling, not easy at all. This I've never seen.
What? All right.
And
okay.
not bad.
It's a good result.
I would have never predicted that.
Neither would I. And a solid backhand player.
Yeah. This is more the normal play. Is this a little tight? I think so. Down in the ditch.
If you're looking to solidify your good round, this is a must get here. This is a hole that 47% of the field is picking up. So this is certainly one of the easier birdies to get.
And Paul just barely long of that perfect shot. He's going to be okay there, but he'll have to do something a little funny, maybe back to the basket, lean out a little bit, throw some kind of Anheuser or flex. And Gregg also doesn't appear to have the hyzer he wants. He's going to go into these trees as well.
Yeah, that's actually fine, though. He's on the backside. Should be maybe a little putter and hyzer from there. Maybe a sidearm skip to like 25.
See if Andrew can get all the way there. Looks like he's got the power for it. Just a little right. Think he's going to go tomahawk on the approach?
I don't think so.
Well, that was a wasted opportunity to do something pretty impressive.
Well, I
That's
think
nice. Birdie will do.
Yeah,
Birdie will
birdie.
do, but I really think he could have finessed a tomahawk in there, no problem.
A little bit of an awkward angle. He does go with the backhand putter. And,
Wow,
fights
beautiful.
through.
Wouldn't you know it, a back to the basket putter and hyzer. I really have been in this game a long time.
And it's going to leave him just about 27 feet or so. Marwede looking to make another highlight putt. He's really been aggressive on the putting aspect all this entire round.
Mm-hmm.
He's made a couple of really good ones. Come close several other times. Beth going through the motions, getting the putt over the rim and in.
And for birdie, moving to -8.
I mean, minus that highlight putt 2 holes ago, really kind of a quiet 8 under for McBeth. You know, he hasn't had that stretch of 5 or 6 birdies in a row that we're typically used to seeing from him.
But for the most part, hitting fairways, you know, getting himself in position.
Mm-hmm. And the few times that he has been off the fairway, he's been able to scramble well and save the par. And we still haven't seen a bogey from Austin, Gregg, or Paul. And just the 2 back-to-back bogeys for Andrew in the front 9. Other than that, this card has played incredibly well. And we're down to our last hole.
Hole 18, par 3, 345. It would be an easy hole if it wasn't for one specific bush. I wonder if you can guess which one it is. There it is, right there, right on the right of the frame. That really makes this hole, and it doesn't bother me. It just makes it difficult. It really forces you to go high with the backhand. Forehand roller is also a play that some cool guys do, but you can do a lot of things here. We'll see if Austin goes tomahawk again.
Tomahawk.
Should have seen that coming.
And that's going to come up a bit short and left. I don't think he had quite...
Yeah, you're right.
He didn't quite have the long drift, but that's still putting. He's probably only 45 feet.
And Paul's going to show us that high backhand. This looks fantastic.
Yeah, just money. Just slow down a bit. It slowed down just a bit.
Beautiful shot.
Yeah.
25 long.
And surprise, surprise. Gregg's going with that Seafoam Eagle.
Whoa.
And that is one of the strangest results I've seen from Gregg. I don't think I've ever seen him grip lock like that before.
Yeah, that was one of the yoinkiest yoinks I've seen in a while.
And he is certainly in danger of bogeying the last hole, which would be pretty disastrous considering this is another hole that 45% of the field is birdieing. I think it's the 3rd easiest hole on the course.
That was a pretty incredible forehand air shot from Andrew right there. I don't see many people throw it that straight over the bush, and he's still inside the circle without a flex.
I mean,
He's got the goods when it comes to the forehand business, folks.
Back this way. That was so buried.
Yeah, and Barsby is going to most likely have to surrender the bogey on the final hole. Tough to see that. 8 under, had a chance to go to 9 down.
Just kind of a freak thing to have that grip lock. Not something you see from him ever.
It happens to all of us. Oh, another one from Austin that just slides off. That's a little disappointing.
Andrew looking to collect one more birdie and does that with authority.
Yeah, and that's a respectable 4 down. You know, never really hit that hot streak that you really need to on tour. At any point, you have to find some stretch where you're going under par on every hole for a while if you want to be competitive, but still managed to fight his way through the round.
McBeth finishes with a birdie and goes to 9 under 52. Gregg with the bogey slides back to 7 under.
It's still a very solid, respectable round.
Of course.
And same for Austin as well with his par. And he's just 2 putts that slid out away from tying McBeth at that 9 under, which is a great starting round out here. I mean, it's a little bit under McBeth's rating at 1056. He's 1059 guy now, so... But that was his first official round as the highest rated player of all time. I mean,
not really. He's done it a few times,
well,
but at this new rating,
at the newest rating, which is
and look
crazy
at that
high.
leaderboard. The fire emoji goes to Chris Dickerson, minus 11 on the day
with 2 bogeys as well.
Wow,
incredible!
3 -9s, 3 -8s. We're going to go to the Fox Run course, the more open and OB laden course of the 2 on this property, for round 2. Catch us there. Big Sexy will be there with you, calling the action. JomezPro will be behind the cameras. Green Mountain Championships.
Big Sexy out.